May Dhamma arise again in the land of its origin, and from here spread around the world to eliminate the misery of suffering humanity. Buddhism travelled from India by way of Sri Lanka and took root in Myanmar, followed by flowering of Buddhist art, culture and architecture. Pagodas are Buddhist structures built in reverence to Lord Buddha, and different forms of relics are enshrined within them. In this land of pagodas, the architecture manifests style and skill unique to the culture of Myanmar. The landscape here is dotted with various sizes and shapes of pagodas in different materials. Some are solid mounds, while some are hollow structures to walk in, like temples. Built over 2,500 years, the Shwedagon Pagoda at Yangon stands supreme with its great sense of symmetry, line and grace, a classic masterpiece of Buddhist heritage built in solid brick masonry and plated in gold. Vipassana, which means to see things as they are, is India's most ancient technique of meditation, practiced and preached by Buddha. It has been preserved in its pristine purity by an unbroken line of teachers in Myanmar and spread throughout the world. S.N. Goenkaji, born and raised in Myanmar, learned Vipassana from his teacher, Sayaji Uba Khin. Upon his return to India, he decided to construct a magnificent pagoda, enshrined with original relics of the Lord Buddha, and dedicated to his teacher and to the people of Myanmar for preserving the Vipassana tradition.
He appointed a team of architects, engineers, Sompura temple architecture and other technical people related to the construction of the pagoda. And he gave the technical team 3 criteria that this pagoda externally should look similarly to the Shwedagon Pagoda in Myanmar. It should be having a hall within the pagoda accommodating 10,000 people for meditation, and the pagoda has to last 500 to 1,000 years.
A large stretch of land along the Gorai Creek, north of Mumbai, was donated by a sadhak. Guruji, along with the technical team, visited the site and finalized the exact location where the Global Vipassana Foundation was to be established, symbolized by the Grand Pagoda. Considering stone as the choice of material for longevity and strength, the design team, with help from Sompura Chandubhai, arrived at a unique solution of constructing a magnificent dome by interlocking individual stones in concentric radial rings. The stones have horizontal and vertical notches designed to interlock in both directions, stabilizing the ring without any need for shuttering.
The biggest challenge was the shape of Shwedagon Pagoda. It was not perfect structural shape through which we could pass the compression forces. It has negative curvature from outside. So handling this challenge structurally, we thought we can build a unique system, dome over dome construction, which is never being practiced anywhere in the world before this structure. The auxiliary dome is provided to achieve the external profile same as that of Shwedagon.
The inner dome and the outer profile of the pagoda are constructed in Jodhpur sandstone from Rajasthan, as it is plentifully available in large sizes and found suitable for the local environment. The stones were quarried, cut and crafted as per design at Pindwara village near Jodhpur, where fine traditional stoneworking skills exist amongst the community of craftsmen who lived and worked there. This helped solve the problem on site of space, human resources and transportation of heavy uncut blocks of stone over a long distance, thus containing costs substantially. A core team of masons for dressing and constructing precisely profiled blocks was trained by Master Mason Govardhan Bhai. They were issued full-scale templates of each of the different designs in stone prepared by the design team. This helped to create a standardized process to produce the large quantity of blocks needed at site. A special artificial hydraulic lime mortar was prepared on site by mixing pure lime with fine powder of burnt clay bricks called surkhi. This was used to bind stone throughout the construction of the pagoda. To establish a construction methodology, a small pagoda, 1/5 in scale, was constructed on site in black basalt stone. It later was clad in Jodhpur stone to harmonize with the whole complex. The main pagoda is a massive stone structure sited on an octagonal raised platform. It has a height of 90 meters and at its base houses the largest stone dome in the world, spanning a staggering 85 meters and holding a congregation of over 8,000 sadhaks. The structure has been modeled to look like the Shwedagon Pagoda. It rises gracefully to the Parikrama terrace, from where emanate a series of stone projections on which are layered the inverted bowl, lotus petals and banana buds crowned by the umbrella, and the whole edifice painted in gold. A 7-meter thick and 8-meter wide foundation in basalt stone was completed in 2002, upon which notch stones were laid down in a concentric radial ring formation, firmly interlocking to stabilize each ring as it rises to create a domical structure. Simultaneously, the outer periphery wall, following the prescribed profile, was constructed and the cavity filled up by basalt stone to reach parikrama level. Here, an octagonal plan with 8 archways and the main entrance facing east begins to take shape. From the parikrama level begins the octagonal terrace development, where the outer surface manifests a series of projections laid on each other. Simultaneously, the inner wall continues to rise gradually without shuttering towards completion of the dome. Scaffolding was erected for craftsmen to work and handle heavy stones. These were lifted in place by hydra and cranes operating from the ground and terrace levels.
In this segmental dome construction, we had two unique challenges. One, the segmental dome has tendency to spread the bases, which results into the hook tension forces at this location. We provided the tension rings, one at the ground level and the another at the terrace level or parikrama level. The height of these two domes combinedly was 55 meter and the lower dome was having height of just 26 meter. So when transferring this huge load on this first dome, we come out with the unique solution to provide the compression ring. The compression ring is provided at the foundation of the second dome and the auxiliary dome.
An ingenious ventilating system was devised, forcing fresh air up into the hall through an underground concentric ducting system. The used hot air is thrown out by exhaust fans provided at the upper levels of the dome, keeping the air in the hall fresh at all times. The main dome was completed in 2006 with the placing of a crown stone weighing 10 tons. Original bone relics of the Buddha donated by Mahabodhi Society of India are enshrined in the keystone of the dome at the center of the meditation hall, radiating powerful vibrations. Working at a height of 90 meters was not an easy task. The lifts were mounted on the periphery of the pagoda itself, such that huge carved stones could be lifted and installed in place like a giant jigsaw. The skill of the craftsman was revealed in the final finishing touches to the rough surfaces of the stones. This included smoothing out cracks and joints, hand grinding fine molded surfaces, bringing out the patina of the beautiful stone.
The stone size, it cannot be handled by the human normally, so we have to employ the machineries. The suitable machineries was the hydra, which could handle the stones at the ground level and a maximum to the height of the 10 meter. Above 10 meter, we have to arrange the cranes.
The entire process of construction of the outer carved stone rings was very complex. For example, the 9-meter high lotus petals with their circular shaft-like shape and flower carvings required a deep understanding of stonecraft, structure, as well as erection methodology. It took 6 years to complete the main dome to the height of 25 meters with all its complexities. Subsequently, the complete 90-meter pagoda was rapidly constructed in just 2 years' time, including the second octagonal terrace, the inverted bowl, the moldings, the lotus petal and banana bud level. and finally the installation of the second keystone, closing the auxiliary dome. Simultaneously, beside the pagoda was hoisted a majestic Ashok Stambh, crowned with its four-sided lion capital upholding the Dharma Chakra. Finally, the top of the stone pagoda was crowned with a glittering metallic umbrella 17.5 meters high, designed and crafted by Myanmar artists, with a radiant crystal bud at its pinnacle. It was consecrated at an elaborate ceremony attended by monks, Vipassana teachers, visitors from Myanmar, and a large gathering of sadhaks.
आज का ये आयोजन ब्रह्मदेव के प्रति अपने उपकार को प्रकट करने के लिए है। ये जो विशाल स्तंभ बना है और ये विशाल स्तंभ जिस बैठकर आप ध्यान करेंगे, परमा के उपकार को प्रकट करने के लिए है। परमा के त्रिगुणों को उनके उपकार को प्रकट करने के लिए है।
The Grand Pagoda, made up of 2.5 million tons of stones and an average of over 1,000 craftsmen, working over a period of 10 years at site and quarry, is a truly unique structure, celebrating the spirit of traditional craftsmanship in conjunction with modern engineering and technology.
Guruji thought that somewhere in the pagoda complex, life of Buddha should be shown, and therefore he appointed artists from Myanmar to make paintings on his life, and appointed one of the sadhak who is also an artist, Mr. Kamath, was given the task to prepare these paintings. So there are almost 300 paintings painted. They stayed on the site for months and they prepared this painting.
throughout history, monuments to the Buddha have been created to inspire humanity. Acharya Goenka has added a new dimension to that tradition by embodying it with the architectural splendor of the global pagoda. With Vipassana finding its way back to India, the pagoda symbolizes the completion of a 2500-year cycle. It manifests itself through the local ethos of age-old craftsmanship, tradition of the Sompuras, and modern engineering. In response to these times of rapid urbanization, congestion, and an explosion of materialism, the shining path of Vipassana leads towards peace and harmony. Its symbolism is revealed by the gently overwhelming presence of the pagoda, rising golden in the dawn light above Korai Creek, lyrically linking earth, water, and sky. Of life's two chief prizes, beauty and truth, I found the first in a loving heart and the second in a laborer's hand.